Good evening, everybody. My name is Randy, and welcome to RG22 Outdoor Adventures. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. If you've been a long-time subscriber, thanks again for continuing to subscribe and continuing to stay a subscriber. Anyways, this is now January 2026, and I want to wish everybody a Merry New Year. So, what are we going to do today? We are going to make a float for fishing rivers for steelhead using balsa wood and carbon fiber stems. And I'm going to show you guys all the stuff that I use for making these floats, and also tell you guys where you can get the silicone sleeves to attach to the carbon fiber. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so looking at these materials here that we are going to use to make this float. Now, you can get bamboo skewers. You can use these for the stems and the antennas, and you can get these at any grocery store or any Chinese food store. Bamboo chopstick. This again can be used for the antenna, and you can also use this for a stem if you want. A nice big block of balsa wood. You can buy this online, or you can go to Hobby Lobby and get it. Carbon fiber stems. This one, as you can see, is 1.5 millimeter thickness, and they're roughly about 12 inches long, maybe a little bit longer than a foot, maybe 14, 15, somewhere around there. But again, you can get this off of Amazon, and I will show you, I'll put the link in the video as well. Okay, I got a couple packs. Then I'll put these in the links too. Silicone tubing or surgical tubing, and again, you can get this off of Amazon. This one here, this one in particular, is 1 millimeter inside diameter. This one is 1.5 millimeters inside diameter, so it might be a little bit too much for this one. So this is going to be the one that we're going to use, and it comes in 10 rolls, and basically this should last you a lifetime. So you buy it once, you never have to buy it again. And I forget how much I paid for it, maybe like $6, $7, $8, somewhere around there. It was under $10 if I remember correctly. Okay, so we're going to put that stuff away right now. And we're going to go over to the wood lathe, and we're going to get some tools together, and we're going to start making a float. Okay, so let's get started on making the float here. Okay, let's get this cut out here. I got it all pre-measured. We're going to do a 1-inch square by 4 inches. Let's get this cut out now. Okay, let's turn this float. There we go. All right. Okay, and there we are. So we're just going to cut the top off here, finish sanding this, and we'll do the bamboo, we'll do the graphite stem, seal it, and paint it. All right, so we're gonna get this all sanded down here. Okay, there's that. And we've already got the stem in. I super glued it in. And we're just gonna try to get this to a nice point. There we go. Okay, we're gonna finish sand this, and then we'll show you when we're ready to seal it. Okay, so here's the floats, all turned, finished, sanded, and now it's time to put some epoxy on them and let that epoxy cure, and then we paint them. All right, let's get this mixed up, zeroed out. Okay, we're mixing the epoxy, and we're gonna put this first coat of epoxy over the lures. That's gonna seal the wood. And this is 15-minute epoxy, so we don't have a lot of time to work with it. Let's go to 3.9. Okay, that'll work. All right, let's add some epoxy to our first float. There we go. Let's put this on rotisserie. We'll let it sit there for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll start painting it. This one's going to be more of a natural color for the body. The tip is going to have orange and chartreuse. I've got this white, or this tape, so it makes a border between the paint colors that we're going to be painting. So here's our first color. It's going to be white. Wicked opaque white. Okay, the next color is going to be a fluorescent yellow, and that is going to be, we're going to paint that right there, right between the two blue pieces of tape. Okay, there we go. I think that'll do it. Okay, so the next color is going to be a wicked fluorescent orange. Okay, there we go. We're gonna get this dried off, and then we'll unveil everything. All right, let's take all this tape off and let's see how this looks. All right, that looks pretty darn good right there. I like that. Okay. Now let's take this off, and there we go. Simple and effective. Now, the last step for this is we're gonna put a coat of epoxy over it, and then we're gonna call it done. All right. So we're gonna paint this one, the body of it, a wicked black. And I'm going to try to go really, really, really light. I don't want to go heavy with it. I want to try to make it light because I would like the grain to show through. So we're going to hold the brush way up here. There we go. You may not be able to see it there, but there is some grain showing through. I like that. We're going to get that dried off. And then we'll get started on the tip. Okay, this color, wicked opaque white. Okay, first color of the top is going to be a wicked fluorescent yellow. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. And we're going to do this spot in between the two pieces of tape. Okay, our last color is wicked fluorescent orange. Okay, let's take all this tape off and see how it looks. Let's throw some epoxy on these floats. Last one. Let it level itself off. Not too shabby. I think they came out pretty good. I think they look pretty good. I'm happy with them. They're basic, simple, not complicated, nothing elaborate. A simple, basic float that anybody can make.